Hi Aquarius, this is your Vedic Astrology forecast for the month of November 2014. Now, this forecast applies to you if you have your moon or ascendant in the sign of Aquarius in Vedic Astrology. If you're not sure about the placement of your moon or ascendant, just go to my website and there you can generate your Vedic Astrology birth chart to see what the placements are of your planets. Now, I know a lot of you may be used to seeing your Western forecasts, and that one's going to be different because Western astrology uses the sun sign as a reference point for the forecasts, and I know they use the rising sign as well. Now, Vedic astrology is a little bit different because Vedic astrology places more emphasis on the moon, especially in regards to transits. And there's also the added difference of the zodiac. Western uses the tropical zodiac, and Vedic astrology uses the sidereal zodiac. So if you guys already know your planetary positions in Western astrology, they may also be different in Vedic astrology. So keep that in mind. And something that I want to emphasize is that both astrologies are equally valid. Both astrologies have wonderful tools of prediction. They have wonderful tools for determining our psychological nature. Both astrologies are wonderful. So one astrology is not better than the other. You don't have to choose one over the other. You can use both to enhance your knowledge, to enhance your self-knowledge. Basically, the only thing I want to make clear is if you're going to use Western astrology, then you just make sure you're looking at your Western sun sign and don't mix the two systems. If you're following along my videos and following along my monthly forecasts, make sure you're using your Vedic moon sign and your Vedic ascendant. Saturn is going to be entering your 10th house, and he's going to be transiting that house for the next 2.5 years. So this is going to place a huge emphasis on your work, on your career. Saturn being placed in your 10th house is good for you because your ruler is Saturn. So there's going to be some growth taking place for the next 2.5 years. And the growth is going to be reciprocal. There's going to be a growth of individuality, and there's going to be a growth in terms of career and work. So this may be a time where you might be looking into getting a promotion. But remember that Saturn doesn't give things away freely. Saturn makes us work hard for them. So this is going to be a time for you to work hard in terms of work and career. And this is going to be a time to use that hard work and determination to grow in that field, in that sector of life. Now, Saturn is also your 12th lord. So being your 12th lord in your 10th house, one of the things that this could indicate for some of you is work or career in a foreign country. And because the 12th house influence is going to be playing its part there in your 10th house of work and career. And not only that, Saturn's going to also be aspecting your 4th house. And the 4th house has to do with our home. So with Saturn's aspect on the 4th house, there may be a restriction in regards to home. What that could translate into is moving away. Saturn is one of the planets that indicates separation. So what this could indicate is a separation from your current home, situation, and a separation from your current job, your current career, because of this 12th house influence in your 10th house, aspecting your 4th house. And so it doesn't mean that you're not going to have a home or that you're not going to have a career. The way I'm looking at it is a separation from your current situation and a moving forward and making progress towards a new venture in life. or a different place, maybe like I said, in a foreign country. It could also indicate having work to do regarding foreign countries or foreign policies, regarding things of a foreign nature, if not necessarily moving to a foreign country, but there could be maybe trips involving, going to a foreign country. This change in terms of work and career should turn out to be good for you because it is your ascendant Lord. So one thing to keep in mind when it comes to Vedic astrology is that wherever the ascendant Lord transits, wherever he is placed in a birth chart as well, he benefits that house and he brings growth to that house. Therefore, your ascendant Lord Saturn moving into the 10th house, yes, it could involve changes. Yes, it could involve foreign country. Yes, it could involve leaving your current situation and moving into a new situation, but it's going to be a beneficial move in your case. With Saturn being in the 10th house, Saturn is going to be aspecting your 12th house. And 12th house has to do with, again, foreign country. In your case, it's ruled by Saturn himself. He's going to be aspecting Capricorn, which is your 12th house. So there it is again. There is that element of foreign country once again. 12th Lord being involved in the 10th house and aspecting his own 12th house from that same position. What this tells me is that there may be a lot of changes going on in terms of work, in terms of career during this next 2.5-year cycle of this 2.5-year transit of Saturn. Now, this, of course, has to do with your personal birth chart. We also got to look into what planetary cycles you're running at this time. So it may or may not be the case, but Saturn may still bring some element of change in regards to your current situation nevertheless. Saturn is also going to be aspecting your 7th house regarding relationships, romantic partnerships, business partnerships, marriage, etc. And so Saturn, from this position, he's going to call into question certain things in regards to your partner. There may be a change in regards to partner. Maybe your partner will have to go on a trip or on a long distance journey because Saturn's 12th house influence will be playing its part. So there may be a short separation for some of you in regards to this significant other. Again, this has to do with your own personal birth chart. So never take transits as the sole cause for things in your life. Transits are only clouds that are temporarily passing by, and transits will trigger events in our life, but they will not be the determining factors. The determining factor and what supersedes in our lives are our natal birth charts and the current planetary cycles that we're running, and that one has to do with your own personal birth chart. So it's going to be different for all of you. But generally speaking, there may be a short-term separation in regards to your partner, or there may be a field trip, a vacation involved where the person may have to be away from you for a time. There may also be some calling into question your values and your mutual values, your mutual goals together. There may be a questioning of if this relationship wants to continue. For some of you, it all depends again on your personal birth chart. I just want to bring it out because that's what Saturn tends to do. He tends to cause certain distance maybe, or a certain coldness to the relationship. I just want to bring it to your awareness, but I don't want you guys to freak out. I don't want you guys to think, oh, okay, oh no, this might be the end of my relationship. No, that doesn't necessarily need to be the case. Saturn may just bring in an element of distance or coldness, but once again, please keep this in mind. It has to do with your own personal birth chart. This does not apply for all of you. Just for some of you, if you're already running something similar in regards to that particular area of your life. Please, please, please keep that in mind. Don't freak out. Don't think that this is what's going to happen. This is just what's generally seen with Saturn. Now, Saturn is going to be aspecting your 12th house, your 4th house, and your 7th house. These are definitely some sensitive parts in your personal life. These are some sensitive places because the 4th house is a sensitive place. The 4th house has to do with our emotions, with our deep inner feelings, with our happiness, with our emotional stability, as well as our material and physical stability. So Saturn is going to be placing, his influence on certain sensitive parts of our life, including relationships. He may call into question those sectors of life, and he may put those things under pressure. But the reason that Saturn is doing it is so that we may learn from that situation and we may realize what it is that's really important in our lives, what it is that we really do want to hold on to, and what it is that we basically have to let go of, or in essence, what it is that we don't need anymore. The people that remain in our lives after Saturn has us undergo certain trials, those are the people that truly matter. Because what Saturn is going to do is he's going to weed away the people that no longer serve their purpose in our lives, and the people into whose lives we no longer serve a purpose. Saturn will do that, and he will bring new people into our lives who do have certain karmic lessons to teach us. And the people that remain in our lives after Saturn has us undergo these trials, those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones that we should focus on. Because when Saturn comes through, puts certain things under pressure, and if that thing has no sustainability, then there is no reason to continue that relationship. There's no reason to continue that struggle. Essentially, Saturn will bring into our lives the people who will help us grow spiritually and mentally. Saturn will definitely do that. And Saturn will bring people in our lives, and especially in your case, Saturn will bring people into your life who are meant to help you grow as a person. And the reason for that is because Saturn rules your first house. So ruling your first house, being in your 10th house, aspecting your 7th house, he's going to bring partners into your life. He's going to bring people into your life. He's going to bring connections, friends, whatever may be the case, that will help you grow as an individual. That's what Saturn will do, especially during this 2.5-year transit. Now, throughout the first half of November, there's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of focus happening on your 9th house. The sun's going to be transiting there. He's going to be there until the 16th. Venus is going to be there until the 11th, and Mercury is going to be there from the 4th of November until the 24th. So there's going to be a huge emphasis on the house of Dharma, the house of higher spirituality, higher learning, higher philosophy, etc., the guru, the mentor, the father figure. There's going to be a huge emphasis on that throughout the first half of the month. And the 9th house also has to do with travel, such as to another state or to another country. There could be some of that for some of you taking place. And then the second half of the month, The shift is going to go from the ninth house of Dharma, of philosophy, of spirituality, and the focus is now going to be on work and career, on responsibility and taking care of business, doing what it is that needs to be done, getting those projects finished, getting those taken care of. Sun does wonderfully in the 10th house because Sun gets directional strength in that house. In Sun, and when it's in the 10th house, that's like mid-afternoon. That's where Sun shines the most. This is going to be an excellent time for you to shine at work. Now, Mars is going to be transiting your 11th house throughout most of the month of November. And Mars, he's the ruling planet of the 10th house of work. Being in the 11th house for most of the month of November, what this tells me is that you should see some gains coming in through work. Gains regarding your career, whatever industry you're in. What this tells me is that there should be some bonuses coming your way because Mars is going to be there. So Mars is going to be bringing in that energy. And this is also going to be a good time to set some goals, to think about some long-term goals that you want to get accomplished, because Mars will help you accomplish those with ease. He will do it quickly and efficiently. Well, guys, this was your forecast for the month of November 2014. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for additional forecasts and don't forget to subscribe.